Now, this little tip came up on the Potty Garden Club just last night, and it's about cucumbers. Now, I generally grow the shorter ones now, but for many years I grew the sort of telegraph ones, the really great big long, sort of 12-18 inches long, and you didn't always need all of the cucumber. So what you could do is take a knife like this, just cut through and take home that little bit for that salad you need, or if you wanted to make a ryeated dip or something, you know, there was just enough to take home. And this you'd leave on the plants, and what will happen here is this will callus over and seal the rest of the cucumber, keeping that fresh. So cut that off. I'm going to take that home and eat it today, and we'll come back to that in a few days. Have a look at it. I'll harvest it, I'll take it off at the top, remove the callus, and try and film the callus for you, and then eat the cucumber. There you go, nice little tip. If you don't need it all, just cut it off. I cut this cucumber on Tuesday, the day after I had mentioned it on the Pottymouth Garden Club, Tony's live show. And I spoke about that if you only wanted a little bit of cucumber, just cut it off. And I cut this on Tuesday. It's now Saturday, and you can see that that's just calloused over. It feels a little bit rough to the touch, a little bit soft as well, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to harvest that now and then eat it. Just cut that off, and then hopefully you can see this. I'll just cut this callus piece off. There we go, down to a normal bit of cucumber. Absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. In fact, that's quite lovely. So there we go. If you don't need all the cucumber, just cut the bits off you want and leave the rest on the plant. Come back for the other piece next week. Oh, if you can wait that long. So I've moved my mega bin hot composter to somewhere where I can monitor it on a more of a daily basis. And I've got some sort of long probe thermometers that I can put in, take the lid off, put in, just to see how things are going in there. I want to keep my eye on it closely, especially for this first attempt. I'm just chopping up, these are old tomato prunings from inside that tunnel, which I've got a lot. I'm just chopping up to go in. And you want a mix of, let's say, a bucket of sort of green waste or composting waste, i.e. like from your compost caddy in your kitchen, vegetable scraps, that sort of thing. And they reckon to put half a bucket of paper or cardboard in, and then a fifth of a bucket of sort of big chunky sort of wood chip, which keeps the air circulating, creates those pockets of air in there to help with the heating up process. Now, I've done hot composting in a straight pile before using the Barclay method. I'll write it on the screen for you, and if you go and have a look at that, I'll also put a link in the description so you can look. They use up to 90% paper and cardboard, so I'm going to put a little bit more in because I want this to superheat super quick and to finish it super quick. They reckon this, once full, will take anywhere from 1 to 3 months to fully compost. So I want to speed it up as much as possible, and especially I want to know what sort of temperatures I can attain so that when I go into winter I can carry this on, hopefully. So this is all a monitoring process. This thing's obviously new to me, and I want to see how it goes. So anyway, we'll run this clip I've got for you from Eli, this week's Green Tipster.
Steve, just while I'm doing this, top tip then. I'm guessing your new mega hot bin is really similar to ours and how it works. And as someone that's always composted using the big open 3-bay system, there's a wee thing that it took me a long time to get the hang of. These things don't let off as much of the moisture as you would expect in the big bins, so you'll find you have to add way more brown than you would in the normal pallet-based systems. I'm finding I'm probably doubling the amount of brown that I was using before, just because this holds most of the moisture inside. So what I've done is I've got 2 big boxes of my browns here. So I've got shredded cardboard and paper, and I can get to easily every time I'm adding to my bin. And under it, I've got a big box of bits of bark chippings and wood and stuff as well. So it's easy to add. Give it a wee shugo. And the job's done. Good luck with your mega bin.
Right, thanks for that, Eli. Handy little tip and a handy little thing to know. But I'm going to put this in. As I say, I've got a mix of ingredients and stuff to go in, and I'm just going to sprinkle them in as we go along. I've got some grass clippings here. These have been in this bag for a couple of weeks, so they're kind of clumpy and wet. Grass is very wet. Also here, I've got a bag of damaged, I bought it as damaged, cat litter. And what had happened is it got wet in storage, but it'll be good and handy to help with the aeration of the heap, and also to dry out some of the moisture, because any of the green material or things like your tea bags, you know, your kitchen waste will be wet, and you are trying to achieve a dry mix. It can come out sticky. I've seen that. Eli's had that issue before, so it's a case of getting the mix right. And I'm also going to put in this really great big box, and it's actually the box that some of the parts for this composter came in. So I'm going to add all these bits in here, build it all up into layers, put the lid on, and then we'll see where we go from there. So here is a quick update on the Kraki system. You can see, first of all, look at these parsley plants. I'll just pull this out. It's pathetic really, but I might try and take that out and plant it into some soil. It's obviously not liking this system, but the basil. The basil is going crazy. I mean, I've grown decent sized basil before, maybe got to sort of about this size, maybe a little bit bigger. And a couple of years ago I grew it around the base of my tomato plants and it did really well, but here in this Kraki system it is absolutely fantastic. And basically a Kraki system is just a container with holes in the top, and as you just saw there, with these little basket pots and clay pebbles just to hold the plant in. So that's what that is. But and there is feed obviously in the water in here, and you can see the size of this plant. I'm actually picking this tomorrow. I was going to do it the other day, making some soup today and let it stand overnight and absorb all the flavours, and then tomorrow I'll take some basil home, chop it, and then I'll freeze it for use over winter. I'm also making some passata as well from the tomatoes, so this will go brilliantly with it. I'm going to try and lift this lid. I tried the other day and it was fairly difficult, but I'll try and show you this. If this doesn't work, when I've taken the plants out, I'll come back and show you the roots again. Look at that. It's actually moulding to the shape now of this container. They're phenomenal. This is the problem I had yesterday, and that's why it was falling over, because I moved it. There we go, quick update on them. The smell from this is divine. And over here, this This melon plant is just, well, it's going crazy. I perhaps should have pruned it back, but I'm just letting it go, seeing what happens. But it's getting absolutely everywhere. We'll just see what happens overall before later. And of course I've got a French bean here as well, dwarf French bean. Both doing okay in the Kraki system. There we go. So there we go, the end of another tips and clips video. I hope you enjoyed that. And just out of, while I'm here, thought I'd show this. It was only about 5 or 6 days ago that I chopped off all the flowers, all the seed heads, apart from that one, which I missed, and give the plants a feed, and look what the reward you get back for doing that. So constant maintenance with your sweet peas, and you'll get thousands of blooms. Hoping to keep these, well, they'll go into September now, well into September hopefully, and if the weather holds, even longer. Thanks to Eli today for being today's green tipster, much appreciated. You can find the link to her channel in the description. And if this is your first time here, Green Side Up is dedicated to helping gardeners of all ages, ability and experience. So if you subscribe to this channel, then I can help you too. And it's the big red button just down here. That's it, all housekeeping done, all the tips and all the clips all in there. Hope there's something in there that you got from this. And that's it for today. Look after yourselves. Please stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Ta-ra now.